Welcome in, watchers and listeners, to Sport Talk with Dwat. I'm Dwat, and I got Casper on the show. If you would please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, and you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Check us out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. With that being said, let's get this show on the road.
All right, welcome into episode 49 of Sport Talk with Dwat. I am Dwat, and I am here with Casper. We're going to talk about some of the playoffs for the hockey in the NBA. We'll talk about the Vols, the Jackets, the Braves, and much more. With that being said, let's go ahead and bring him in. He's back for some more. What's going on, Casper?
What's up, brother? It's another Monday. Getting her done out here. May the 4th be with you, you know?
That's right. May the fourth be with you. We'll start with some of the weekend talk. I'll start with you first. So the Braves win, Chase wins. Had to be a pretty good weekend there for you there, Casper.
Hey, it's as good as it gets for me, man. The only thing that would have better would have been a Jonathan Davenport win. But you can't win them all. But yeah, I mean, it was a good weekend. Race-wise, let's see, we had host of our Friday night, banger. Larson, Saturday, banger. Chase wins, somehow hangs on over Denny Hamlin. I texted you. I knew he was going to blow it. I was waiting for that yellow to come out and blow it the whole time. But got the win, and then the Braves go on and get the sweep at the Rockies after having to put some runs up to get it done. And have a couple of injuries I don't know what I'm about. But, it's one of those it was a good weekend overall. I mean, not much could have gone better for me in my life. How about you?
Yeah, so let's see here. Friday night I went to the Chattanooga Lookouts game. It was very crowded, very packed. A lot of people out there. It's great to see. In the past couple of years when I've gone, the crowd didn't always want to show out, and I feel like our town's really coming together right now and supporting the new team in the new park. So I like it. There's been some change over there, but I feel like it's all for the better. So that worked out pretty good on that. We sat on the first base side. So I guess my tip of advice would be you either want to sit on the first base or third base side, but there is a pretty good seat in the outfield with some like a drink rail, so you can sit and then put your drink in front of you. It's kind of like a table. So that's pretty sweet. You're kind of far away, but it's pretty cool seat, pretty cheap. So that's probably where I'll sit next if I have to try somewhere different. So I guess for me is I'm going to try to sit in different spots each time. So I've tried the baselines. Now I'm going to try maybe out in the outfield a little bit, see how that feels. And I'm all for trying something different and seeing how that goes on that. So that was Friday night. Saturday morning, I went fishing. It was a windy, brisk, chilly morning. But, the fish weren't biting, but I got a hat, a talking tackle hat. It's a lodge. They sell bait. They sell minnows. They sell worms. You name it. It's in there, and tackle, all kind of good stuff. So pretty cool hat there I got to add to my fishing line of kind of what I wear with the shirts or the hats. Didn't have any luck, but I'm going to get back to it maybe probably next weekend and see what I can do. Fishing wise, Kentucky Derby was Saturday evening, Saturday night. I went over to my parents' house. I saw Amy, Ryan, Casey, my parents, and we went over there. And I thought it was a really good time. My parents did a great job putting on this party. I'm not a big horse guy, but I like to get into this one. Got your hat on there, Casper. I like it. I like it. Oh, yeah. So we went over there, had some sliders, which was brought to by a Bill and Patty. So they brought these awesome sliders, a ground beef, ground a slider. So it was really something different. I had that kind of while because I always have the chicken bacon ranch or a ham slider. So the ground beef slider was really good with some let's see, mac and cheese and coleslaw, stuff like that.
Ooh,
So that turned out really
easy.
good. Had some drinks there with it and whatnot. So they did a great job. They had all the plates were all a horse and stuff like that. So it was a really cool decoration, really cool food, really good time. We watched it out on the porch, big screen, like a big projector screen, so something different than just sitting on the couch in the house. So I like that. You kind of get be outside a little bit on the deck there, and we all pulled some names, put a little money on the line, and Ryan got the win by a little bit.
Dang it.
I had the second place
Dang it.
horse, and he was getting into it, and he was hooting and hollering and standing up. I ran outside. He got
I'd
so
have been pulling
excited.
for anybody other than him. I'm not afraid to say
And I was like, dang it, I got second to him. But
it.
congrats, Ryan, if you tuned in, listening, watching. Congratulations, you got the money. I guess the fun fact is they put all that in, for them on their side of the family, and he only made like maybe $5 or $6. because it was that
Okay.
Amy and Ryan and Cason's money and all that kind of good stuff. So
Okay.
really, the pot went to him, but he didn't collect a lot compared to if I would have got it. I would have got a
Well,
lot more.
at least he didn't lose, you know. I mean, I guess that's
Yeah,
the good news.
he got the win, and so that was kind of that. They were on Saturday night. Had a good time. So hopefully next year, Dad, have a little party again, or you want to do some other kind of party. It don't matter to me. I'll come. Whether it's a race party, a football party, baseball party, heck, I will be there. So then let's shift into Sunday a little bit here, Casper. Sunday morning, afternoon, did a little antique shopping in East Ridge. Don't have no finds to show here on the show, but I about bought this die cast. It was a Kmart, a Little Caesars pizza combo from maybe like the 80s or 90s.
Like Kenny Wallace or something.
It was Kenny Wallace or a John Andretti. Or it was one of those
Yeah.
names. I think it was John Andretti. It was really cool, blue base paint, and then it had the co-sponsorship on there. It was like $5. Maybe should have got it, but I can always go back. I know where it is. So I went walking over at Camp Jordan. Had a good time over there. Nice sunny day there yesterday afternoon. And then I came home for the NASCAR race at Texas Motor Speedway. That track's got a lot of thoughts and opinions on the fan base of if they like it or hate it. The more I kind of see it, the last couple of years, I think it's getting better. They changed some of the banking and whatnot. It's a lot different compared to a Charlotte or a Kansas, I think, in my opinion. So that was really cool. And my pick was Denny Hamlin, and he was leading early and had a pretty strong day. There was a lot going on back and forth with some of the pits and the cautions, and Bell got taken out by the lapper. He spun out, and Christopher Bell, who don't watch racing, you can't always control what's going on in front of you. And Todd Gillen, I think it was, took a spin, spun out, and Hamlin was right there, and he must have just lifted and got down below it, and then Bell kind of seen it, in my opinion, just kind of sped up to maybe miss him, and he nailed him. Then he hit the wall. So ruined his day. He's had some bad luck. So we'll kind of come back to this a little bit, later on. But it's good to see Chase get the win. I know you were pumped there, Casper. They were able to hold him off, and in my opinion, there's always a caution within like 10 laps to go. It's just the nature of it. Fans want it, TV wants it, everybody seems to want it. But I would have liked to see that one play out. Could Hamlin catch and pass Chase with Brad Kay kind of holding them up, kind of in the way, trying to stay on the lead lap with like whatever it was 8-9 to go. So what are your thoughts on the end of that race there, Casper?
I mean, overall, I actually really enjoyed this race, and I've started to like Texas the last few times. They've had a lot of cautions lately. It's treacherous as a racetrack goes. It's not easy. It's not a racetrack that me and you can go drive. And so for that reason, I like it. You had guys that wrecked because they overdrove the cars this week, which is always good to me, just to see somebody, actually like lose it straight up. I mean, Kyle Larson lost it, and he's one of the best drivers out there. So. It was a good race. I don't think Hamlin would have caught Chase, though. Don't start with me. I did, like when I was texting you before the end, I was like, we're so done. But I listened to Denny's podcast today. Action's detrimental. Shout out. Y'all should go listen to it. It's a great show by a terrible driver. But anyways, I was listening to that, and he was like, no, Chase was faster than me. So, I don't know. He was hoping to be clear of him on that restart, and he just wasn't. And whoever won that restart was going to win. We all knew that. And I really figured Hamlin would pull the outside. But shout out to Alex Bowman getting my boy Chase the win with that little push, just enough to get clear by 6 inches, and that's all you need.
That's right. Then we will come back to some of this stats we'll talk here in a little bit. Thanks for watching all those out there tuned in. So we will jump into some news of the week. The Phillies have fired Rob Thompson as the coach. So he is out as manager of the Phillies. They're off to a slow start. They got swept by the Braves, and they got beat by the Braves again that next week, 2 out of 3. So, it's a high-pressure job, and you better win. And the Phillies have a passionate fan base, in my opinion, and they're hungry to win. And it's still early. They could still bounce back, but I saw that East standings, and if you get buried, you're buried. Look at the Mets and now the Phillies, and you don't want to get down. It's hard to come back. So we'll dig into some of this here in a little bit, but for those that didn't know, Rob Thompson's out at the Phillies. All right, now we're going to come into this Tennessee Volunteers Neyland Stadium upgrade. So they're going to take out the garage G10 parking lot. The parking garage is going to get torn down, it sounded like, and some state of the art technology and just all fan stuff. I guess I could just say that miscellaneous stuff there. Um, I don't love it, but I'm gonna start with you first, there, Casper. Should we be spending money on facilities or paying players to come to the University of Tennessee for football?
Players, but also in this particular instance. So this G10 upgrade is going to involve a hotel or an entertainment district, and at the end of the day, it will produce more money that they can then turn around and pay players. It's also going to have a pretty good appeal for recruiting. More than likely, these recruits that come to games are going to be staying in this hotel, probably. It's going to be right there next to the stadium and all that. From a fan's perspective, I think it's terrible they're tearing it down, the tradition with G10 and all that. You've had SEC has had their pregame show there. They've been there with game day, and I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like that was the best place to like tailgate, kind of close to campus. You got some other areas a little bit farther away up on the hill and stuff. But other than that, like we're going to start getting into parking lots that are not close to the stadium now to tailgate. And I was talking to a guy today actually at work, and he said he's been buying parking tickets up there for 20 years, and they're cutting them out. And he's like, I just don't even know if I'm going to go. So they're their own group up there. They're high dollar, tailgate tickets, and I don't know. I don't really like to see it go, to be honest with you, but bigger and better. That's the plan. There's just not a whole lot of room right there. Like I don't know if you ever walked that South Stadium. There's not a lot of room there to build anything.
Yeah, it's tight, and I like the idea to get some updates and whatnot. 'Cause I feel like I've been up there a few times, and I see it's got some age to it around it, but I like kind of how it was with the parking garages and whatnot. And I get it. I guess I didn't think of it that way really, but if you tear all that down and build all this into that area, then you can make money and then put back into the school and to the players some kind of way. But I've been seeing some of the pictures of what it will look like and whatnot. It looks super nice and fancy and state of the art. It's gonna be great. I haven't seen other teams really take off this route and try this method, but go out there and try it. They got the money to try it, and I'm sure it'll be super nice. It'll just push some of the tailgating and stuff off to somewhere else, and it will make other areas crowded, but that's part of the system. And kind of looking forward to it. It sounds like here in a couple of years it'll be finished up, and they're going to start. I think it was this summer, I believe I saw. So it's going to start soon and get this thing going. And I think if one team does it, then others might try to follow along. And I guess as a fan, my hope would be spend some money, make some money, and if it's going to help us grow and be better and win, then that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're trying to do this thing almost like Truist with the battery. Like they're trying to add some more stuff right outside there, which would be nice as far as all that goes for a certain echelon of fan. Me and you probably aren't going to be there, but it's luxury.
There you go. That's a good way to sum it up right there. I like that. All right, the next one is the NCAA March Madness tournament. Will be 76 teams. So, Casper, do you like the change to 76 teams?
Absolutely not. I didn't like the change to 68 teams. No. This is dumb. Let me ask you this, Dwat. How many teams have you seen that missed that tournament that you thought, man, if they made it in, they'd have a chance to win it?
I can't think of one, honestly.
Okay, all right. So that answers that question. As far as this whole thing about redoing the NCAA playoffs and this crap, like it's so dumb. Get the football one right first. Add some more teams, then get them to the same percentage. But I don't think you need more teams. And then now you're going to have teams that's playing. You're going to have a lot of teams that are playing more games than other teams, and I don't like it. It's all about what money. There's nothing else on TV that week that they can put it up there Tuesday night, Wednesday night, all night. And, it's just I'm tired of it. Like, it's stupid. We don't need more teams getting in. Your bigger conferences are going to love it because really who this is going to help is, SEC, ACC, Big Ten. They're just going to absolutely pile in like 3/4 of the conference now. You know what I mean? So it's
I agree. Yeah, those teams like Auburn or these teams that barely are not getting in or whatnot, and then last four out, I guess is the term used. Those teams are now going to be in, and when I saw that, I was like, man, it's about the money. I get it, and I don't like it either, honestly. I think there should be less teams in it, honestly. I think just have way less and have the best of the best and a couple of small teams in there, and kind of see how that goes. But yeah, that be shown for all day, every throughout from. They'll probably be starting it on a Wednesday or a Tuesday now,
Yeah,
and it's just gonna be
Tuesday, probably Tuesday
yeah,
at 12 would be my guess, and then they'll
yeah,
have
yeah.
because they're adding what, so add like 6 games, so they probably it'd probably be maybe like probably one afternoon game, 2 night games, Tuesday, Wednesday, instead of just 1 and 1 or 2 and 2. It's just
Yeah.
it's a racket, dude. It's a racket.
Yeah, I'd be curious if it gets even higher here in the next couple of years and what it gets up to. But that's some news I saw and I want to pass along to the show is kind of see how that went. And that was some of the news on the NCAA tournament. Here we go, guys. First, this one's for you. Duke to join Amazon Prime for 3 games in 2026. Man, it's a good bump in pay. I'm sure for them. I'm sure they're gonna love it. There's one late in the season game. They're kind of a late non-conference game that I know that we don't like at all. So I got tossed in there. So Amazon Prime coming to college basketball. What are your thoughts on that?
So I haven't seen this. What are the 3 games? Are they all non-conference?
Non-conference,
Okay, I was
yes.
about to say surely the ACC is not okay with this. I don't like it. I don't like schools having TV deals. I've never liked Notre Dame having a deal with NBC. I don't love that. If this is that they're just went and signed some college basketball teams, then like they're gonna have some games. That's one thing. But if this is a Duke specific thing, then no.
Yes.
And I'll cancel my membership because I don't support Duke at all ever.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. When I saw that, I was like, "Wow, that's something different." That's the first time I've heard of that, and I guess these big schools are going to kind of jump on that, and it's a good spotlight for them. And everybody seems to have Prime or getting Prime, and that the Amazon and all that good stuff. So it's all kind of comes together, and I'm sure they're going to get a nice kickback on it. And I don't
Oh,
love
that's
some of the
one.
not. That's absolutely what's about. I don't love those some of those non-conference games late, and they do. I think do it on purpose, maybe to build a little more hype and find some more TV slots for these guys. And um, so when I saw that, I was like, all right, well, I want to get Casper's thought on that, and that's kind of how I thought that was going to go. So we were shifting to.
Guess
Go ahead.
I do have one more thing. Just this is kind of separate, but kind of on subject. That whole non-conference game thing, like I kind of changed my opinion on that a little bit because I feel like that Duke Michigan game really probably is like if you're struggling a little bit and you win that game, that probably really helps you with your seeding in the conference. So maybe it's smart if you're expecting to be a good team.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah, it's a very good take on that. I like that. If you get that win there late, then it could help you come March Madness time. All right, everybody, here we go. We're gonna move into some Braves baseball. The Braves lead the NL East there by 8.5 over Miami. It's growing. I think it was 6.5 when I here on the show last Monday night. So it's growing. I'm loving it. That's a strong lead. Just keep that throughout the spring, summer, going into fall with a 10 plus or so lead. That'd be pretty sweet for me. And the Braves are 25-10. That is the best in baseball. So that's a very impressive record. I'm loving that part of it for sure. I was able to check my phone this past week and to see him scoring the runs and getting the wins. And I had a pretty hot take out here on the show last week. I thought they'd win 5 or 6, and they got 5. So I thought I was a little bit bold there, but I try to be on here. Try to give out good score thoughts on and whatnot on here, and so we were able to get some wins there. So we played the Tigers. That was Tuesday through Thursday at home. Let's see here. So Tuesday was a 5-2 win, 9 hits. So get the win there Tuesday night. Wednesday, this was one that they kind of fell behind. I watched some of this game there on Wednesday night. It was a 4-3 win walk off for Matt Olson. You know, I was watching this game and they were a little bit behind, and they were able to kind of dig down deep and come up with some good pitching and some good hitting. And to see them get that win was really good. It's always good to see that a walk off. Is it? It's always good to see. As a fan, I like to see the excitement of those. And then Thursday was a day game, and the Tigers got us there 5-2. Series win there, Casper. I love that. Maybe just keep that streak rolling, and that's what I want to see is the series streak. Keep it live, keep it going on that. So we got 2 or 3 there, and then we're going to shift into some of the Rockies. That was on Friday through Sunday. The Rockies were 14 and 18. They're going to the weekend there. Friday was 8-6 win, 9 hits. Slow start again, but we got the lead late. So sometimes we start slow, which is fine. You just don't want to be able to get too far behind there. You want to be able to at least keep it close and get hot there late, and that's what they did there. Saturdays where it gets a little bit interesting here, and I'll kind of get your thought on this, Eric Casper. It was a 9-1 win, but Ronald Acuna Jr. leaves with he's on the IL hamstring, I believe. So, do you think he'll be out for a minute, or do you think we'll see him back soon?
He's not gonna be back anytime soon. I don't think we're gonna rush him back. Team's playing pretty good overall. I mean, um, I don't expect them to rush him back. We're on a 10-day right now, so I don't know. I don't know that it's terrible, but with him and then Harris has still kind of got his issues going on. I think it would be unwise to rush him back. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, you got big games coming up over the weekend, but I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, he's okay. I get nervous every time that dude gets hurt. He gets hurt a lot, but I don't know. I think he's okay. We got some other guys coming back too. You know, Ha-Seong Kim. I don't know if you saw, but he played for the Queenstones
Okay.
last week. He got rained out like maybe 3 or 4 days, but I think he got 1 or 2 games in on Sunday and Saturday. So he's been playing a little bit of rehab assignment. He might be in Chattanooga this week. You might want to look. He might be there tomorrow potentially. I don't know if the Stripers are at home or if the Queenstones are at home, but usually it seems like the Braves send him to whoever's at home.
Okay.
So I don't know which that would be, but Chattanooga's not that far, so he could go up there too. But they could have moved him to the Stripers as well. But I was trying to look, actually, can't find that here. They may not announce it till tomorrow when they play. So
Okay. There you go. That's something new right there. I like that. So the Braves they got the win a 9-1 there on Saturday, and then Sunday was 11-6, 14 hits. There's some high scoring runs out there in Colorado. 14 hits is it's a great number as a fan. I like to take my phone and see the 14 hits. Really, hitting the ball well. That's always really good. So to get the sweep is always sweet there, Casper. I thought we played really well in that series, and for me, I'd like to see that keep that going would be good to see on that.
yeah, for sure. Rockies aren't good, but hey, win on the road is a win on the road, and a sweep on the road is definitely a sweep on the road.
Oh yeah, it's always good to see that. So here we go. I guess this is when it gets pretty good here this coming week. The Braves at the Mariners Monday through Wednesday. Sean Murphy is a back or I think he'll be back starting here Monday night. I believe is when he'll be back with the team. I don't love that quick turnaround there for the Braves. We got to get out to Seattle. I would like to see them be off today, but that's just not how it works with the schedule wise. Hopefully they're able to fly out there, kind of get used to the time change and all that goes into being on the road there out in the Northwest there. So that's we'll see how that goes. So tonight's game, I'll be curious to check in here in a little bit and see what we can do there. Then we're going to be off on Thursday as we head to Dodgers. And so it's going to be Braves at the Dodgers Friday through Sunday. Do you feel like there's still a lot of this whole drama over the players? How we get change first basemen and then all this talk. Do you think all the fans are finally over this whole trade, or there's still a lot of tension built up there, Casper?
I think everybody's kind of over it at this point. I think we're better off with Olsen at this point. And look, the Dodgers are a good team. We're a good team, and it should be a good series. So I think I'm just kind of excited to watch that more than anything. The Dodgers had a rough week, though. Thank the Lord, they lost 4 in a row. So
okay.
Hopefully they'll keep doing that, but. Unfortunately, they'll probably do that and then come beat us. But I don't know. Looking forward to that series a lot. Looking forward to watching some of those late night games. 10:10 Eastern time start on Friday, baby.
Yeah, when I was checking some of the times, man, they're all super late for people that's got to wake up at middle of the night. For me, if we're going to work at 5, but I'll have to work on that and find a way to kind of watch them, check on some highlights, check on some scores, and see how we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and toss out a guess for the wins this week here, Casper, and I'll let you pick one if you want to after me. So they're playing 6 games. I want to say they're going to win. I'll say they win 4 games this week. I say we're going to drop 2. I say we're going to win the series both times, and we're going to drop one of those games. But go ahead.
No. I think I would probably. I don't want to say it. I really don't want to jinx it. Actually, I'm not picking. I don't want to.
It's something new I'm trying. It's all good. We will.
I can't do it.
It's all good. It's all right. You got anything else there for the Braves, I guess?
Just looking forward to seeing what happens. Kind of interested to see what happens with Jonah Heim. I mean, he's absolutely been knocking the ball around, and with Sean Murphy coming back, he's designated for assignment. Probably could be a starting catcher at a lot of places, and definitely catcher number 2. So I don't know, kind of curious to see what happens there. But looking forward to see if we can get healthy. I really would like to see Harris get healthy. Glad he's hitting the ball, but we need him back in the outfield ASAP.
All right, we will move into some minor league baseball here in Chattanooga. I was that game Friday night as they played the Barons all week. We only won 2 games this past week. It was a tough matchup against the Barons. They really came into town and took care of us, but hopefully we can bounce back there. And then the Smokies won 3 games this past week, and they were on the road there at the Trash Pandas, I believe. So that's some of their minor league baseball updates there. And then coming up there for the Lookouts is going to be there headed to the Blue Wahoos down there in Florida, making their trip down to Pensacola for some games there for 6, Tuesday through Sunday, and then the Barons head up to the Smokies. So if you're in the Knoxville area and want to check out some baseball, you got the Barons at the Smokies. So go ahead and check that game out if you're in the area.
I'll probably go tomorrow.
Okay. More than likely. All right, sounds good to me. All right, that will put us into some college baseball right quick. We'll kind of get through some of this. Georgia Tech plays some non-conference games there. We got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got 2 of 3. Xavier, not really known for baseball, it doesn't seem like, but they came to town and we got 2 or 3 at this point with college baseball. I'm just ready for it to wrap up and really see how we're going to look for the tournament and the regionals and super regionals. I'd like to see it kind of get wrapped up kind of sooner. Just as a fan, I'm ready, but we got Duke coming up, so Duke's going to come to town, and some years they're really good, some years maybe not, but it's one of those games you just got to be able to, as they come to town, get 2 or 3, if not sweep them. And then we got Boston College on the road there that next week. So it's all wrapping up, and looking forward to some of this weekend and seeing some scores. We've been pretty good past weekend there for Tech. We scored 14 there on Sunday, so that's a lot of runs for their college ball. So I like that, and that's some of the Georgia Tech talk there. Then we got Tennessee. We head up to our rivals, I guess you could call them there, and the Kentucky Wildcats. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Kentucky wins 9-2 on Friday. Saturday falls wear dark mode. In my opinion, they should only wear dark mode at home and don't wear it on the road. It should be a home thing. Okay, you agree? I like that. All right. And we got beat there 12-2. So yeah, that was not good at all. When I saw my phone this past weekend, I was like, ooh, some of these scores are not good. Sunday, we win to 10-9. So we got the win. At least on Sunday, we got 1 of 3. So you got any thoughts there, Casper, on those games?
Next.
Gotcha, I understand. Texas heads to Knoxville this weekend. So we're going to see what Texas is. I'm sure they're really good. They're probably well known for baseball. And we'll see. If we, as a fan, hopefully we can get 2 or 3. So that's what you want to look for. And just at this point, like I said about Tech baseball, we just see this wrapped up. Let's get to some tournament talk and kind of see how we look down there with those. Tennessee basketball. The Tennessee gets a transfer there. We get Juke Harris, a guard from Wake Forest. So it seems to be a talk of the town up there in Knoxville. So is that a good get there, Casper?
I don't really know, but apparently everybody up here today is like talking about basketball transfers, and I'm like, it's May. Why are we talking about basketball in Knoxville, Tennessee? What is wrong with you people? But yeah, everybody's pretty pumped about it. So we'll see what happens. I guess I don't know. I mean, I hope they can do something, but we'll see.
Yeah, get some people in like they are and see how it goes. All right, Georgia Tech football. We got a 4-star Mooney Gibson running back from Kell High School from right there in the area. Pretty cool get. I know these days these players might come for 1 year and jump on to some money somewhere. But if we can get them, get a 4-star, that's really good. So that seemed to be a pretty big deal from what I was seeing on my phone all here in the Chattanooga area. Is they were really pumped about that get, and we'll see how these guys come to town and what they can do.
Yeah, one thing on that, that's actually good to me. Okay, local guys are good. They have more heart. They care more. Look at Deshaun Bishop. He may not be the best, but dude plays hard all the time, and I think that's what you get. So that's a good pickup.
Okay, good. That's a good deal. And I like that. All right, do some NBA playoffs is a series for these games about to go over here. Game 5 was the Tuesday night. You got the Knicks and the Hawks. So the Knicks, man, they wore them out. They just wore them out, and the final was 126-97. That was Tuesday night, and then Thursday night was 140-89, and that is an absolute took behind the woodshed NBA butt whooping. Oh man, that's bad. That's bad. That's a bad look as a fan. Like, I'm a Hawks guy, I guess you could say. When I saw that, I don't know if they're gonna make some changes going into the next year, but that's not the way you want to get sent home. So that was some of the Hawk talk. I guess I could throw that term in there for the show. Oh man! All right, so then the Celtics blow a 3-1 series lead there, Casper. Man, you get up 3-1, it's almost a lock. You gotta find it. I don't care what sport it is, basketball, hockey, whatever. Whew, you blow that fan base ain't not gonna be happy about that. I thought they were gonna be a favorite to go all the way. Luckily, I didn't pick them, but to go all the way. But you got any thoughts on that blow there, Casper?
Thanks for letting me know so I can give this kid at work a harder time tomorrow about that. But yeah, I mean, I've never really liked the Celtics, so I'm good with it. Being honest, I never have. Yeah, back to high school, never liked it.
Here we go. All right, NHL playoffs. You got game 1, Flyers at the Hurricanes. The final was Hurricanes 3-0, baby. They got it rolling. I watched some of that game. It was packed, great crowd, man. Those fans are passionate there in the hockey, and they really getting into it. They pack them in there, and those games are something I like to watch. And now that we're into the playoffs and whatnot, and it's really just a cool sight to see, and see them get up there 1-0. That's huge. So they're gonna play game 2 tonight, Monday night, 7 o'clock, ESPN. If you ain't got nothing going on, I'll be tuning in that game Monday night. That's a very key game, I think, and Casper, in my opinion. If you win game 2, get up 2-0, then as things will shift on to the next site there, you be up 2-0, you kind of control the series a little bit there, so you got to be able to hang on. But can this team and the fan base hang on, get up 2-0 in advance there, Casper?
Yeah, I mean, home games matter a lot in hockey, I feel like, for my time. And I'll probably watch this. That'd be good. 7. I just need to get to 9:40 when the Braves start. So that'd be good. Just watch that and then roll in the Braves, baby.
Yeah, you got the double tonight. I like that. You got the Hurricanes and the Braves. There you go. Tune into that. All right. We will shift it on into some little bit NASCAR talk. Chase Elliott gets the win, but there was a little bit of drama there, and we're going to dig into the drama, and then we'll kind of come back to the race a little bit. We'll start with the Priest and the Gibbs. They had themselves a little situation out there on the track. Priest said, if I get back to that, you know what? I'm going to take care of him. And he got back to him, and he put the bumper to him. So should he be suspended, fined, lose some points, anything in that deal?
Absolutely not. This is the new old NASCAR of 2026. We're taking it back. Handle it on the racetrack, baby.
I like that. All right. I kind of give my thought on that. I don't think he should be suspended or anything. No fines. If anything comes about, maybe give him a few points penalty. But I feel like it was that one wasn't as bad as the one that I'm about to go over. But there was a big hit there that Gibbs did take. But that's what happens if that's how you want to race. That's how it's going to go. But this was the big one, I think. That was kind of a small one. This was a little bit of a bigger deal, I think. I've got my own thought here. But Kyle Busch versus John Hunter Nemechek. Both these guys seem to be running mid-pack these days, if not in the back. So it's unfortunate, but was it the final lap? John Hunter's up against the wall, but there's a little space there, and I saw all this online, the pictures of the SMT and whatnot. Kyle Busch wants to come up a little bit or something like that, and they make contact, and then they bounce off each other. They go into turn 3. Kyle Busch hangs a ride or just kind of eases up to the right there and hits into John Hunter, and John Hunter hits the wall. So, what is your take on this John Hunter Nemechek wreck that he had?
Uh, Same thing. It happened on the racetrack. Kyle didn't come off and say he ran him over, so I don't want to see any fines. I mean, he didn't hook him. I think it was a good clean door slam. I mean, it's not it's and by clean, I mean yes, it's obviously a trash racing move, but look, he's irritated for a reason or not, and he let it get out, and that's not what you want to do as a driver. I don't think it was warranted, but I didn't think he did anything that he should be fined for or anything like that. And if I'm John Hunter, I put him in the wall next time I see him, and that's what I'm here to see. That's NASCAR. That's the NASCAR I grew up with. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that's a very good point. My point is going to be, I think Kyle Busch needs to be out for one race. He needs to be suspended. Get him out of here. He's had some temper issues the last couple of weeks. Bristol took care of some business there at the end. Now he's run over John Hunter. I think it's time. I think it's time to kind of not just talk to him, sit him down, but it's time for a suspension. One race. Cool. You need to get cooled off a little bit. Also, that's my hot take on that. Also, so they changed the crew chief there, Casper. Is it the crew chief's fault? Is it the driver's fault? Who's to blame for his RCR struggles?
Okay, first of all, let's go back to this Kyle Busch issue.
Okay.
If you're going to say he needs to be suspended, I don't ever want to see you celebrating anybody wrecking anybody or anybody making any negative comments. In fact, I don't want you to talk about it. I don't want you to be reposting nothing about it. I don't want to hear nothing. That's the stuff that people watch NASCAR for. It was a headline on Fox News and CNN today that Kyle Busch violently wrecks driver. That's what we want. That's what this sport is. That is what it is. So everybody else is gonna have to quit this. Nah, can't be doing that. Yeah, yes, you can. That's NASCAR. As far as the RCR situation, the cars are not good. Kyle's not good in this car in particular. The crew chief helped. He had a good run, actually. I mean, he qualified in the top 10, ran the top 10, and then kind of struggled. Um, he's one of these guys that really can't adjust the tires in these cars, kind of. But I felt bad for Kyle, and he's irritated, and there's obviously a lot of pressure on Kyle. I think some people are not understanding that, but he's never gone this long without winning something, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's been a minute, and I saw the news about the crew chief change. They changed him last year at the end of the year or whatnot, and they keep making these changes around Kyle Busch, but then it just at some point we got to figure out if he's going to come back next year or is he going to. At some point, I'd like to hear some kind of plan of attack for him. Is he going to be back, or is he going to sign another contract or go somewhere else?
Yeah,
So,
he's 100% gone, and
okay.
he's outrunning Austin Dillon as far as the driver aspect goes. So, and Jesse Love or whoever's in that 33 car. So in my mind, he's doing what he can do.
I got you. Understand that. All right. So Chase Elliott leads the most laps. Had a good looking car, that prime blue and was it black and whatnot. I thought it looked pretty good. Pretty good looking car.
Yeah.
I like that. It looked good up front, and not a good day for Briscoe or Blaney or Team Penske. Team Penske had a little issue there on pit road. He ran all over a Cole Custer, so that wasn't no good. Miscommunication, I guess you could call that, or something like that. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I was watching it live when that happened. Like, whoo, he ran all over him. But it was, all in all, I'll kind of give this a grade there, race wise. I'll probably give it a B plus. Honestly, I thought it was I thought it kept me into it. They had the caution there, late race caution. I wish I would see these kind of play out. We see these late race cautions a lot. Everybody wants them. TV wants them, and fans probably want them. And it's cool. I mean, I'm not against the late race caution. It's just sometimes I'd like to see these things play out and really see these closing 10 laps. That's just whatever. That's my thought on that. I would give a strong opinion on the crowd, but it was sold out. I guess is what they were saying online. So it looked good. When it's good, I'll say it. When it doesn't look good, I'll say it. And whatever. That's just my opinion on some of that. But we'll see what comes about that. But yeah, that's about what I got for the NASCAR game thing on that.
No, really good race weekend as far as I'm concerned. As good as it can get, and I'd like to go to Texas at some point. It's on the list of to dos.
Yeah, it'd be a cool place to see. Cool new state for me and a new track. So it'd be something pretty cool to check out. All right, so that will put us right here where we need to be. So picks of last week. I'll go over Casper's and I'll go over mine. So he had the Braves Wednesday night over the Tigers. That was correct. And then he had the Braves Friday over Colorado Rockies. That was correct. And then the Lightning on Wednesday over the Canadians. That was incorrect, so that was wrong. And then he had a NASCAR pick was Chase Elliott, and Chase Elliott did indeed get the win. So that worked out really good there for Casper. Mine finished second, so Hamlin got the second place. So D-Walt's here was the Tigers at the Braves Tuesday night, and the Braves got the win there. The Hawks at the Knicks. I had the Knicks, so that was correct. And then the Raptors at the Cavs. That was a Wednesday night, and I had the Cavs, so I got all three of those correct. And then my NASCAR pick was Denny Hamlin, which was not correct. So it all came down to the tiebreaker deal, and that's just kind of part of it. Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose, and the host lost. So
You didn't lose.
That's how it
What
goes on.
happened?
Well, no, well, you got your NASCAR pick, so
I thought we just both got a point.
so it all evened out. So it all came down to this overtime or this tiebreaker here, and Casper had the runs there. So it's part of it. I'll have to try to work on the system a little bit. I didn't expect to be a NASCAR pick to be correct to change it all up there. It kind of stinks when you get 3 years right and then you lost. But hey, that's part of the system, and I picked the system, so I can't say nothing about that. So we'll move into this picks of the week. So I get to go first on that since I did not get the win. So we got Dwat up here. So we got the Ducks at the Golden Knights. Give me the Golden Knights to get the win. And then you got the Lakers at the Thunder. Give me the Thunder. That's my team to go all the way. So I think they're going to go ahead and take care of that. And then you got the Braves at the Mariners. That's going to be a Tuesday night pick there for me. Give me the Braves to get the win there. And then my NASCAR pick is going to be SVG, the road course. Ringer, the road course. He's the man on the road courses. So he's going to get it done for me. I feel like Trackhouse really ain't been running that great this year. So we're going to see if they just kind of save their stuff for the road courses. But that was my picks there. So go ahead there, Casper.
It'll be good in the rain. Let's see, my picks. I've got the Braves at the Dodgers on Friday, 10-10. Braves to get the win in LA, game one. Get that series started how we need to. The Hurricanes over the Flyers tonight. So that'll be when y'all listen to this Tuesday morning. I already have 1 point in the bag. They give me the Cavs over the Pistons Tuesday night.
There we go. I like
and
it.
NASCAR pick, yeah. We'll go outside here. We'll go Chase Briscoe. He's had a terrible year. I think it's going to rain. He's one of these guys that's really good in the rain on a road course because he's got some experience. I'm gonna go outside curveball Chase Briscoe.
Yeah, it's a good pick. I like Chase Briscoe, and heck, you never know what might happen out there on the road course. All right, one last thought. What you got there, Casper? You got one last thought for the show?
We have a Illinois Speed Week going on this week. Carson Hocevar, new NASCAR winner, is going to run some dirt cars this week with Flow Racing Series 3 nights. I'll be tuned into that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night as they go out to Illinois, sling a little dirt. I'm excited to watch that. And, yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
All right. I got a couple here for the show. So Sunday, this coming up Sunday, Savannah Bananas. I'll be there. Truist Park. Yeah, Sunday afternoon. I think it's about 3 o'clock. Let's see here. My wife, me, Amy, Ryan, Casey, we're all going to pile up in the vehicle, head down there to Truist, dance. I guess I'll be dancing all night, all afternoon, I reckon. Get out there at the pregame dance party and then see some trick plays. I watched some of the game there on TV Saturday night when they're at A&M here in front of 102,000, I believe. So truly packed. I don't know if I've ever been to a sporting event where this packed out. So kind of, I would say I am looking forward to it, but my level of excitement really hasn't gone up or anything like that for the game. So I've been trying to keep up with a little bit of it, but I'm just going to show up, watch some baseball, and I guess whatever you want to call it. I want to call it baseball, but I'm sure everybody's got their own take on what it's called. But want to see some trick plays, see some dancing, have a good time there. Let's see, my other last thought was going to be the horses going into the stable, going into the start line there at the Kentucky Derby. They did not want to get in that one. He was not getting in there, and he knocked off the jockey there. Seemed pretty dangerous, and then they ended up just scrapping him. He's like, no, you're not, you're out of here. So a lot of money and betting and time and effort and training goes into those horses. So some of them, they were wearing these ear covers and stuff because they don't want to hear a lot of noise. It doesn't seem like get spooked and whatnot. So as I was watching it, I was really getting into that part of it. I was like, man, Like they had to really push him in there, but not like force him in there, but they were really having to get him in there. But then once one didn't go in, then they all had to come out, and then they did the whole process again. So that was quite the process, and maybe that's my first time ever watching that closely to it and really
Yeah.
seeing what it was all about. So that was really pretty cool, and that was a cool party we had over at my parents' house. So I like the party there, mom and dad. Have it again, but man, I guess that's about all I got there on my end there, Casper.
Sound good?
All right, well, I'm gonna close it down. Thanks for watching, being tuned in. Everybody, like, share, and subscribe if you would on the YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook, and you can check us out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Add it to your library, and it will pop right up to your feed, and you can turn it on in the car as you're going to where you're going to go. So that's what I do. I turn on the show in the car. So that's how I keep up with the show a little bit on that. But you got any fan mail? You can put it in the comments below there on the YouTube or the Spotify. You got any thoughts, takes, opinions? We'd love to hear from you. On there, or if it's on the shorts there on Facebook, you can put those on the Facebook page. So you can watch the shorts and give us any opinions you got on that. But that being said, thanks for coming on, Casper.
Oh yeah, it's been real. Thanks for having me.
And with that, we'll say see you in the next one.